Pokemaniacs, welcome back to episode 8 of our Pokemon collections videos. This is where we show off your collections, just in case you guys are looking for some inspiration or you just like to look over some really cool collectibles. Kicking off this episode, we've got Stephen, not me, but Stephen with a V. He goes by How on YouTube, and my guy, this collection is amazing. Right out of the gate, we've got some just strong presentation there. I love the trading card game sign that you have there lit up. Beautiful. Can't say enough about it. Has got a mix of Japanese and English Pokemon, but overall just love the display and the symmetry of everything. Solid work, my guy. And I gotta call out this Lapras snuggling the Snorlax. Like 10 out of 10 theming there. Great job with that. Then diving deeper into some of these shelves below, each one's kind of got its own theme, which is, I really kind of like that. I like when the shelves have their themes. So this first one, we've got all Pikachu in there. We got the yellow binder, we've got the Funkos, we've got that Blu-ray double pack, and I think on the left side you've got the red figure. I can't remember the name of these figures, but I've got one right up there, I think. I don't know if I can zoom in on that from that far. Love it though. Moving over to the next shelf, we've got an all Eevee themed one. We've got that Japanese collection right there of the Eeveelutions. That's super cool that you have that, man. I love that also you're utilizing the tin windows for showcasing some of your more favorite cards. I think that's a really great idea. You've got your Nintendo Switch kind of peeking out from back there, and I love that Sylveon card that you've got in the frame. Sylveon's one of my faves, so love to see that. Moving down below, we've got what's looking to me kind of like an homage to the original games. We've got the Kanto starters, we've got the original 3 Kanto trainers, and we've got Heart Gold and Soul Silver hanging out there in the background, keeping it all on lockdown back there. This is actually a really great display. Like I love how this is all coordinated and laid out. On this next shelf, we've got Mew and Mewtwo, and like seriously, you crushed it with like the color scheme too, because like having that gray binder back there, it just fits so well with everything. And I love that you kind of like hid that Mew pin on the statue. Super cool. Love to see that. And then we've got our Team Rocket shelf here, mostly Japanese stuff, but I love it because I don't think on the English side, Team Rocket got a lot of stuff, at least in modern day. So love to see that we have all this, and honestly, just some great art overall on these things. So love that. Then we've got our Dragonite shelf here. Great job finding that Dragonite tin also. Haven't seen one of those in quite some time, or maybe not even ever, but also the 2DS back there. Love that. Honestly, kind of forgot that the 2DS was a thing, so great reminder there. And we've got our Pokemon Go Dragonite V-Star ball there. This is a great one. Like, again, the colors, the theming, top notch. And here we go into this bottom right shelf where, of course, we've got all of our Charizard stuff. So we've got a whole art collection book in there. We've got some of the Charizard cards. We've got that Hidden Fates tin. We've got another 2DS in there. That one's all Charizard, the red version. These were promos from the 20th anniversary, if I'm right. Back when they had this 3DS. They had also come out with the 2DSs. But love that those are in there with you. I want to see more about this Pocket Monsters Ball Collection special. I'll have to look that up. Then we've got our plushies and our Charizard EX deck there with that premium collection in the back. How, you've been a subscriber for a while on the channel. Thank you so much for sending me these amazing photos. Great collection. If anybody else would like to submit their collection, I also have a Gmail set up specifically for this, so feel free to hit me up on there with some high quality photos, preferably landscape. But hey, I'll take whatever I can get. But again, Stephen, How, great collection. I'll link him and his YouTube channel down below in the description if you want to check out more of his Eevee collection that he has. Now, jumping into the rest of the video, these are all going to be based on Reddit. I was scrolling Reddit, found a lot of cool stuff. So we got to showcase it, much like this Poly Family collection coming from Purple Goose 23. I love themed collections like this. This is so good. Looks like he's either covered up a window or you've made a whole like framed area in the room for this amazing collection. So the whole thing consists of just like cards, collectibles, and some custom artwork. Starting way up top on that top shelf there, we've got what looks like those Burger King gold cards, Pokeballs. Additionally, we've got some of the Poly Family there in coin form, which are super cool. I'm actually gonna have to look those up, see if we can maybe pick some of those up for my own collection. On the sides, it looks like we have some different model kits or something there. Spoiler, I can't read Japanese, but those look pretty fun. Those look like kind of like classic items, maybe like felt, some sort of craft kits. And we've got some Poliwhirl figures on either side of that shelf as well. And honestly, we're getting into some like really deep cuts. These look like some old Japanese collectibles. We've got those like original artworks from the games. So I might need to go and actually figure out what those are. If you know what they are, comment down below to help everybody kind of understand if those are like figures, other coins, like what are these things? He does have some playing cards of Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, and Poliwag, as well as the other cards, which I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce, but for monetization reasons, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. So we do, on the other side, have some of the old Topps cards and some more of those cards that may not be spoken on here. But we've got a whole selection of graded cards, also kind of all surrounded by all these other like movie cards, the Topps cards. Basically, if it was a card, this guy has it, it seems like. So just love the dedication to this family of Pokemon, the full evolution line, and of course all centered around that custom artwork there. And I love it's around the Poly family because I feel like Poliwag and that whole family does get some love, but it's just not as popular. But we will be getting into a popular Pokemon because we've got a whole collection based off of Typhlosion. This is coming from user Typhlosion Collector. Overall, like just out of the gate, this is a very very clean, sleek, mature looking collection. I love the like top-down museum type lighting. Each cube dedicated to like a generation of Typhlosion. So Typhlosion Collector put up a ton of photos. We're gonna try to blitz through these, but just it's really cool to kind of see just the whole evolution of Typhlosion artwork throughout the years. He's got them in different graded formats. Some of them are 8s, some of them are 9s, but I just love the dedication. I think overall, just that dedication to one Pokemon, finding out every single variation of that card, and then just trying to pick all of those up. I think that's like one of my favorite things to do with Pokemon, rather than just trying to get everything. You're really focused in on what like actually matters to you, because there's like no way you care about every single Pokemon. So I respect Typhlosion Collector for collecting Typhlosions and even finding some unique pieces in there, just like this. I'm not sure what that one is going to be called, but that Typhlosion version of the Game Boy game, would actually be interested to know what the name of that one is. That's probably just on the bottom of it. But super cool to see custom items like that, and even bringing in some of the Hisuian versions to the collection, and some figures, not just the graded cards. So overall, just super cool. I love the theming, like I said, and taking the amount of time that it takes to like get all of those lights set up in the shelf, and just get it all like clean and not cluttered. I think that's the hardest part, is having all of your stuff in there not cluttered and making it look intentional. That is like one of the hardest parts when it comes to Pokemon collections. Now, similar vein, this was very intentional. I think it's Singed Plus. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they were very intentional with the use of their old energy cards. And actually, I haven't seen anybody do this before, so I had to showcase it here. But they lined their whole shelf with energy cards, which is super cool, and then themed each shelf after that element. But there's just the background of the Pokeball, the Pokemon TCG, like I don't know, I think it looks really cool. And then they're just able to, with these like 3D printed card stands, they're able to showcase elements and Pokemon of that element that they just really like. And again, I think that's what it's about, is just focusing on the Pokemon you like, the Pokemon you love, the ones that you're passionate about, the ones that are just always on your teams. That I think makes a Pokemon collection unique and fun, and you just care about it a little bit more. So just a unique way to display your collection, so I had to showcase it here. And we also have this collection coming from Dr. Jiggs, which one, I just love that name. But this collection all focused on his Eevee cards. Dr. Jiggs also seems like he does a lot of woodworking with in his shop and sells different things. So was able to create this little shelf, throw up some of the TCG items, put up some of his graded and protected cards with those Pokeballs. I like this idea because I have a lot of like the Pokeball tins, and yeah, I have them on the sides of the shelves right here, but I don't know. I really like the look of this specifically for displaying the cards. It gives, I don't know, gives a little bit extra character to it. And then Velvenator67 also created some 3D printed shelves for their collection. Again, strong with the theming here. So each generation has its own nice shelf and display. So you can put your Game Boy cartridges in there, plus having those just like little like drawing sketch like type of characters in the background of the starters. I just thought this was really rad to see, because I mean, otherwise our cartridges are either like in a drawer, in a case, like, I don't know, they're just not displayed very well. And I thought this was kind of fun because, I mean, he created these himself. They 3D printed them. There's the blueprints. I'll link them down in the description. That's probably okay, I think. But just overall, love the display of it, and it's unique. It's something we haven't seen before. But Cutlass over on Reddit, this is a very impressive collection here, consisting of all sorts of old and modern Pokemon games. We've even on the very left side, we've got like that original Pokédex, which is super cool to see. I see a Score Bunny in there. I love it. Protected boxes like that Heart Gold in there. We've got Game Boys from all sorts of different generations. We've got a little bit of display work with those original Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. And I love the accents of the little figures like that Giratina from the pre-order of Pokemon Platinum. We've got Nano Block Totodile in there, and even what looks to be some like custom, like maybe some fan-made items in there. And I like to see those old accessories for like the Game Boy for the GameCube, because we got that Pokemon Coliseum case thing in there. That's super cool to see. And I love your display of that Nintendo Switch, like in the plastic casing, the acrylic casing. So beautiful collections. Again, if you would like to enter, hit me up, send me an email, send me some photos, maybe a little bit about yourself also. Always like to share who is watching, who's submitting. But let me know your favorites down in the comments. I always like to know, like, if you like a little bit more of the TCG stuff, some of the Game Boy stuff, or just everything. But let me know who you think had the best collection down below. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you're looking for something else to watch, I do have a couple videos up here for you if you want to spend a little bit more time with me. So whether I see you in just a second or on that next video, take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.